Okay, welcome back. Just a little bit of a catch up, really. My compressor's still knackered. I have ordered a new one, just waiting for it to arrive. Which prompted me to go and buy a couple of decent brushes. I got this one fairly cheap. It's a Humbrol Palpo one, and I'm not sure, it's 5 zeros, so obviously for detail. I don't know if you can see that in there. You know, they look small, but when you get up close, when you're doing very fine work like that, they're actually quite big. And then, because I think I've told you all before that my brushing is appalling. It really is appalling. So I'll be honest, I normally only buy cheap brushes, very, very cheap brushes. I pay £2 for a pack of 12 or whatever, and they're this sort of thing. They don't last very long. So I thought maybe a decent brush might help my brushwork. So I went and got this one from Smith's, a Graduate Daler Rowney sword type, so that I can dip just a tiny bit in at the end. I mean, it does feel a lot nicer than the other ones. But I only got one because obviously I want to try it and see how it goes. And then go from there. I mean, if anyone's got any advice on brushes, then put it in the comments. So that's that really. Having said that, I just haven't had the heart to do any modelling at all because I really miss my compressor, which I didn't realise I was so dependent on it. But having not had it, it's been about a week now, and I just want to know, it's dreadful without it. So hopefully the new one will get here, which is a bit of an upgrade for me. It's got a tank on this one. The last one didn't have a tank, which I think is why it went the way it did. Anyway, so I'm thinking, I've got nothing to do basically. So it occurs to me that we're always talking on the site about the Jolly packaging method, which is very excellent, we all know. But there must be people that are joining that do not know what we're talking about when we mention the Jolly packaging method or how good they are. So I thought I would take my next package and do a little tiny review on the packaging, so that people that maybe have not ordered from Mike Jolly can, see how well their stuff is looked after on its way to them. I will point out that this is totally my own doing, so I'm not being paid by anyone. Mike hasn't asked me to do this or anything like that. I did tell him that I was thinking of doing it, but the parcel had already been sent out by then, so you can squash any things that it was all he knew it was going to be happening or anything like that. So here we go. I'll grab this. This is the latest one I ordered, and I believe it's, if I remember correctly, it's some gloss. So I mean, everything comes in a sturdy box. I mean, this is not gonna fall apart or anything like that. It's not soggy, it's not torn, it's not damaged, anything like that at all. It's taped up well. It's got the fragile written on it, and the thing to bear in mind is if you buy something small, when I say small, I mean if you buy sort of things like this, maybe a couple of bottles of them, or stuff like this, don't assume that it's going to come through your letterbox. If it comes via Royal Mail, because they Leslie and Mike, they package everything really well, so they always use boxes that are much bigger than required, and then they pad them out thoroughly. So well, that's my experience anyway. Obviously when it gets to the bigger stuff, you know, it's the box is more snug to fit, but it's still packaged very well. But certainly at the lower end, they normally come in quite large boxes, as we're about to see. So I did tear along one of these sides earlier, and then I had the idea, so I sort of left it half open. I think I peeled that one off there as well. Let me put that down there. So here we go. Now we have, first of all, we've got all this thick, this is really strong bubble wrap. I don't know if you've ever had it before, but you can literally squeeze all the air down and it just inflates back up. You can pop it if you really, really try, but I mean, with this in there, you could kick this around your garden and you wouldn't have a problem. So we get the invoice. We've got some more bubble wrap down the side, and then here we go, we've got one of the bottles. Now the bottles always come wrapped like this, so that the box is padded and then the bottle itself is padded as well. I'm just going to push that through, and actually this one's a plastic bottle, I think. Yeah, this one's a plastic bottle. They're normally glass. I've never seen this one like this before. And that's so that's one of the things I've bought. Shine enhancer. I've seen good things about this. Again, if anyone's used it and can offer me any tips, then in the comments below. Now these shakers, I had this idea. When I first started modelling, I thought I was the first one to come up with it. I went into a store, B&M, somewhere like that, and there was this model, and it's basically a magnet that you stick loads of steel balls on it. It was quite a pile of them when I got it. I paid £1 for that. They don't do them anymore. And basically every time I got new paints, I would open the like Vallejo, I would open the lid up and drop a ball in. This one's stuck. There it is. And they're excellent for that because they do get stuck. The sediment does settle when you don't use your paints for a while, and you really must give them an excellent shake. And without the ball, they can be, you know, it can take a long time shaking it, and then you really don't know. But if you've got a ball in there, it agitates the sediment, it agitates the paint and everything inside, and you know you're getting a thorough mix out of that. So they are an excellent buy. I'm curious to see whether I had the right size. These are probably a bit smaller than the ones I've been using, but yeah, I wonder if they'll magnetise on there. I'm not going to pour them out now, but we'll see. And invoice, and then we've got this item here, again another well padded. You just pop this out. Sometimes you can't pop them out, you've got to sort of cut the I'm sure many of you know what this is already. Come on.